The backdrop, many economists predict a looming R word.
Even for everyday essentials, there is a massive surge.
They've raised interest rates more in one go than they have done for more than 3 decades.
Wow, that was depressing and scary. Let's cut the noise so you can focus your energy on the things that's within your control. In this video, I'm going to show you 3 strategies that you can start doing today to help you get rid of your bad debt fast, so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and take control back of your life. Take a quick moment to write down the reasons why you want to get rid of your bad debt. Having clarity about why you want to be debt-free is powerful and will keep you focused on your short-term and long-term goals when temptation is high and willpower is low, and will give you clarity on how important reaching your financial goals are to you. When I was growing up, our family didn't have a lot of money, and I watched my parents argue about money every other day. My parents did the best they could with what they had, but sometimes life just doesn't work out, and that has shaped my adult life and how I make decisions around money. I want to feel assured and confident that no matter what is happening externally in our economy, my family will be looked after. Do yourself a favor and write down your whys, because commitment to your financial goals take effort. Number 1, start small with snowball. When you have multiple debts, the snowball approach prioritizes paying off the smallest debt first, tackling it until it's paid off before moving on to the next smallest debt on the list until all of your debts are paid off. This method is all about creating momentum, just like a small snowball rolling down the hill and gathering speed and size as it goes and becoming bigger and bigger. And before you know it, you'll have snowballs big enough to make a snowman. There's one main reason why this method might help you to become debt-free faster, and it's all to do with psychology. When we pay off the smallest debt, which takes shorter time to pay off compared to the larger debts, it empowers us and it motivates us to keep going and tackle the next debt on the list. And that momentum and shift in mindset that we've got this, that's most of the battle won. And this is how it works. When you have multiple debts like a personal loan, 2 credit cards, and a mortgage, the first step is write down all of your debts in order of the smallest to the largest debt based on the amount owing on each debt. So in this example, we will list the gold credit card with $1,500, then the blue credit card with $5,000, then the personal loan with $30,000, and lastly the mortgage with $280,000. Step 2 is pay your normal required amount every month on all your debts, because you still want to be up to date with all your bills. Step 3, any extra funds that you have left over, you will then put that straight into the smallest debt with the aim of paying that debt off first. For example, you have $80 left at the end of the month, so you will put that into the gold credit card with the smallest balance in order to get rid of that debt first. Hold on a minute now. Doesn't it make more sense to pay off the debt with the highest interest rate? Paying off the debt with the highest interest rate would make more economic sense, because that will help us to save more money in the long term on interest charges, which in our example would be the blue credit card, because that has the highest interest rate of 18%. And this approach of tackling the debt with the highest interest rate is called avalanche. But many financial experts like Dave Ramsey recommend the snowball approach, because the snowball approach has proven to work better. And it all comes down to the big E in the room. And no, I'm not referring to the elephants, it's our emotions. There's been many studies done on consumer behavior and debt reduction, and time again, those who use the snowball method are more likely to pay off their debt completely and faster, because small victories help people to feel like they regain control over their finances and motivates them to keep going. At the end of the day, you can use whatever method that appeals to you, as long as you make the decision to commit to tackling your debt today. And that's the main key. What if I just have one debt? You can definitely use the snowball method with one debt simply by breaking the bigger goal into smaller, more achievable goals. Say you have a mortgage of $500,000. Rather than having the goal of, I need to pay off my mortgage as quickly as I can, which feels quite intimidating and unattainable. Break it up into something that's easier and more achievable. Does $250,000 feel more achievable?
No, God!
What about $50,000?
God!
What about $5,000? Everyone's different, but once you find your magic number, set that as your mini goal and tackle it with everything you have until it's paid off. Then you move on to the next mini goal and tackle that with everything you have. And before you know it, those mini goals that you paid off will build and put a large dent in that one debt that you have and get you closer and closer in paying that debt off. Number 2, stop using money you don't have. Getting rid of bad debt is not just about you paying off your existing debts, but also about you not getting more debt so you can break the cycle. And one very effective way of stop using money we don't have is getting rid of our credit cards. Having a credit card is a huge temptation and one that we just don't need. Having an active credit card when you're trying to pay off your debt is like going on a diet when your kitchen is full of cakes, chocolate, and donuts. The junk food is constantly taunting you, daring you to eat them. When I try to eat healthier, I actively avoid places where there's a KFC nearby. I love fried chicken, and the smell of KFC, temptation makes it very difficult for us to reach our goals. So get rid of it. My credit card's under control. I'm here for my other debts. Why should I cancel my credit card? Consumer behavior around money is all about psychology. And when it's not our own money, then we spend more. Even though logically we know that we have to pay it back one day, it's easier and more fun to spend someone else's money and get that immediate dopamine hit straight away. After all, the consequences of needing to pay it back, it's delayed. So using a credit card would cause us to spend more money than we otherwise would if we were using our own money, and that money can be used instead to pay off our debt faster. There are definitely people out there who use credit cards for their own benefit. They get cashbacks, reward points, and never paid a cent in interest charges because they always pay off their full balance by the statement due date. Seems like a good deal, but where does the money for the cashback and the rewards come from? Most likely and unfortunately from the pool of people who can't afford to pay off their credit cards in full every month. And that pool of people is large enough for companies to continue to offer reward-based credit cards to customers. I say companies because these days supermarkets offer credit cards, airlines offer credit cards. We can only assume that credit cards must be very profitable in order for these non-finance companies to jump on the credit card bandwagon. Food for thought. Number 3, stop buying things you don't need. If we stop wasting money on things we don't need, then we can make a huge impact on our debts. I thought I was good at only buying things I needed. This chick needs to get off the soapbox and walk the talk. I looked at my wardrobe recently and was shocked to find that there was 16 pairs of shoes. I only have 2 feet. What do I need 16 pairs of shoes for? And guess which ones I actually wear? My walking shoes, because I walk a lot, and my gum boots for when it rains. And apart from my work shoes, the main reason that I bought all the other shoes was because I wanted to feel good. I had a bad week, I had a tough day. I deserve a new pair of shoes. Emotional purchases are definitely my pitfall, but I'm aware of it and I'm getting better at it. The last pair of new shoes that I bought was almost a year ago, and they're the walking shoes that I wear almost every day. There's 3 questions that I ask myself to decide whether I need to buy something, and they may also help you. First question: if there was no such thing as brands or social status, then would I still buy it? In other words, am I buying this because it serves a practical use, or is it more of a social symbol that has been programmed into us on a subconscious level
by the big corporations, and it's more about clever marketing convincing us that we need their products in order to feel respected, desirable and worthy human beings?
Sorry, don't know what happened to my voice there. Second question: do I already own something that can do the same thing? It's not perfect, but it'll do a pretty good job. And trust me, the answer is often yes. I already have something similar at home. Last question: how am I feeling? Buying things make us feel good in the moment. So sometimes people go shopping because they had a bad day in order to feel better, which it does, but only for a very short moment. And then we're just left with buyer's remorse. Alternatively, if I think I really need something, then I normally wait a couple days, and 95% of the time, the desire to buy that thing fades away and I'm safe from buyer's remorse. We can have everything we want in life. We just can't have it at the same time. There's always a trade-off. This lifestyle is only temporary, because once you say goodbye to all your debts, then you will have more freedom for the more important things in life. If you are serious about getting rid of your bad debts, then watch my next video on refinancing and consolidation. When used correctly, they can potentially help you to dramatically cut down on your debts fast. And if you're not careful, how refinancing and consolidation can put you into more debt, and how you can avoid those traps. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.